National Cathedral hon sensem we ensem a adwintwe ho social media no so for a very long time agana kodemanum ya kasa ho ache yie pa mene o kasa no minum ye nyina dia dance yes National Cathedral no ye kire mu sem dollar no sika botin ahanan ene komu eye 400 million and million no mako ahanan ene komu into the National Cathedral no ensem e wo hu de ese buburuja na ye papa John Dramani Mahama in a speech and I say in a public lecture no okeka nsem bi no chire mu se National Cathedral no e ka me akwa to say eye nanado dan kwa Akufo-Addo ne bocham wo hye nyankopon na kire se oye na adwene se o de Ghana fuo sika ne be no no kra to de bia wo dwene ho ntia se efiri se ohu ne sem se nyankopon pa se nanado ne di nkoma anka nyade nyankopon be nanado kwan so onfa million no makoma hanan enkosi dan emfama no abra betimi dia to exercise books enkofuo bi si na sa million na hansia na edi esi Hajj village you but nana wa ho bebo emu ansa na no ye be ko tie nsem a yankasa ye president onwonyamfo anase ye papa John Dramani Mahama ede tu dwa e wo sa public lecture yi ase.
The National Cathedral was a covenant somebody made with God, an individual. He said he swore to God that if he became president, he would build a cathedral for him. And so, from my perspective, it is his promise to build a house for God. And I don't know if God asked him for a house, you know. I'm sure that if he really had asked God what God would want him to do with $400 million, I don't think God would have chosen a cathedral. I don't think God would have chosen a cathedral when $400 million could have provided textbooks for all our students in school. I don't think God would have chosen a cathedral when He could have provided hostels in our universities for our students to have a place to stay. I don't think God would have asked you to build him a cathedral when we could have used that money to dualize the road from here to Cape Coast and prevent accidents. People die every day on that road because it's a single lane road. And so, God didn't ask for it, somebody promised it to God. And so a correction. I meant Soko Line Interchange, not Swami Interchange. I was told I said Swami Interchange. I meant Soko Line Interchange. Thanks for the correction. And so, it was a personal promise. And if I have 400 million, God will be angry with me if I use it to build that cathedral. So, I'm not going to take taxpayers 400 million or borrow 400 million from any source to build that cathedral. I said that if us as Christians believe that we should have that cathedral, then it's our duty to raise that money from our own pockets or from other Christian organizations.
Sanse moya di tu dwai na mamamfo bibisa se na ye president John Dramani Mahama ni refi se wono nso abetena Ghana kroduam ha be hyebo a kire se ye kire mu se Hajj village bi kura mpo de na no abeto so wono wono mpo de eye million mako hansia International Cathedral na ya hanan na woka se nyankopon entime ne nanado ani nkomode a ene se be mpradua sane de million nsia ne de ahansia ne de kamego ze ala wanye no kra nana boyemu say 600 million US dollars against 400 million US dollars.
Okay, so what President John Dramani Mahama is saying, Rebecca says, is just common sense. At a particular point in time, I'm not gonna for bread. What say we could see a sorry dying. Now let's be clear. Any yanku pumbi and a catch up for the son could see dying. Once again, I'll say this: the days of Solomon, the days of manna is over. Okay, sir, just be in the house and be praying. Here's a man and be fisura abba. Sir, a man for kai see or more drive ye fasting here so be you won't get some. It is basically hard work. Now, the Bible is telling us that He has given us everything at our disposal. What I say, Bible no krama says and saying so everything is basically hard work and also using your brains. Now the Bible further in Ecclesiastes Ekache say lack of knowledge my people perish, and all patches say at the end of the day too using your brains and as a learning more ways to save near the other, it makes sense. A typical example a timer. Jesus Christ and my parable of pastor or mankofo bebre master di mankofo bebre sika nenko sika obi di scan ko chef him obi so e di scan ko invest here obi so di scan. But amongst all of this no, so we read the parable no first you will think that the master will have been very appreciative of the person who kept the money, because in our tradition terms on why you sweetie on a scanner the man no we keep master ni beso. But then the master came back and was like, no, both of them you could in sika any day or this kind of share from both of them are fools. I didn't know kasa money itself no idea be it has no value. For example, you find say way back would they say 10,000 cedis in 2010. That same 10,000 cedis now cafe so bit media talk no. Now that same 10,000 cedis cannot even buy a car engine. That is how times have changed because of inflation and nema. But then 10,000 cedis no converting to dollars, and that's all the BA business, and that's all the year to assess a dine out the rent here. Now that 10,000 cedis, no, you've used it as a working capital, and that 10,000 cedis is now giving you money. Bonibeka said the profit and assets maturing. So in this particular instance, he moves faster than how we humans we evolve. Okay, and apparently what God wanted was to use the money to feed the poor children, not build a church whilst people are begging around the church. God, Bible Galatians said, do not be deceived, for God is not to be mocked. Imagine saying sorry dan si ho. Now wo kosa sorry dan akobon pa obekọ na nkofo ejinjina nchen e comedy omumindidi ye omo God doesn't want it that way. Says can now DC sorry dan a china a bit medregu earthquake ni ade no. Use that same money to help the people whilst they are alive. In any Christians a bebom ni ekasa okay you see National Cathedral, it makes sense, but using an excess of 400 million, almost $500 million Ghana cedis, is stupid. So what Mahama is saying, he's not just fighting, he's not fighting against Christianity. He's speaking what we call, or what in terms we call a common sense, and that is exactly what is really happening.
So common sense, what has common sense got to do with 400? Okay, my family say it's $400 and $600. Hard Village and National Cathedral. Should we say Mahama is just trying to be smart on religions in the country?
What we know is that it's a combination of imams, any Muslims are or more krumon or muso musi.
Into obetri abi.
Omo musika.
Yes, Mahama sika nka ho.
Ni sika nka ho.
Okay.
Definitely the government will help with certain things. Roadblocks be maybe crowd like to expedite the whole process.
Okay.
But see you so Ghana sika $500 million since Akwesi National Hajj Village. It doesn't make sense. Ghana, majority of the population Christians. So what I say. So Mahama is just like, okay, you're not home to also you see that near Kase we unveiled by president just that or can board no, but then any government sika. Even if government is helping, it's helping in a minimal way, not just and yet the obedient 400 million Ghana cedis.
Need even a better foundations.
Do you know what 400 million Ghana cedis can do, my dear?
I bet he said it in the video.
It can build about 400 schools.
Okay.
Yes. And now kuta 1 million Ghana cedis, we bring nice building, apartment, any duplex. Ewo Trasako. And no kremu niema, na classroom. All you need is just the building. Any desk, any fan, asa. In fact, that 400 million can build 800 schools.
Definitely.
And what that would do, you're fine. See, and person build these schools be brass. 400 million, no. A 200 bits might build almost 400 schools because if I say every school budget is 500,000, no problem. In Tiema is a bit more building around 300 schools. Not 200 million now can. You see hospital. Hospital is a bit more expensive. You can say every hospital be and then can say clinics. Every clinic can take like 1.5 to 2 million. Which means that this 200 million ye check national cathedral 400 million more you bet me 200 million it's 100 300 schools you bet me 200 million I build almost 100 clinics. It's as simple as that. It is as simple as that. So that's exactly what John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency, is. If you want to see more updates as all of these various events unfold.